Nearly 4 years after it wrapped its initial production, Netflix has finally dropped the Raid director Gareth Evans' new action thriller Havoc. The whole drug deal gone awry storyline is a pretty tired trope at this point. I even did a version of it for one of my shorts in film school, and the dynamic of a veteran detective mentoring a young rookie has been done to death. But the selling point of Havoc isn't the plot or the characters, it's the action. The movie is at its best when Evans is staging ruthlessly violent set pieces, and it's at its worst when it tries to turn its formulaic police procedural storyline into a Chinatown-style tale of municipal corruption. Havoc isn't quite as great as you've come to expect from a new action film by the director of The Raid, but it's nowhere near as terrible as you've come to expect from a Netflix original. This isn't The Raid 3, but it's not The Electric State 2 either. This movie was first announced over 4 years ago. It wrapped filming in late 2021 with no release date in sight. In mid-2023, I wrote an article about rumors that Netflix was planning to give Havoc its long-awaited release soon. It was then determined that the movie needed 2 weeks of reshoots, and thanks to the actors' strike, those 2 weeks were delayed by almost a year. They finally got those 2 weeks of reshoots done in July 2024, and Netflix was reportedly aiming to release it in Q1 of 2025. Now, in the middle of Q2, it's finally here. So, was it worth the wait? Well, not really, but it's a solid actioner nonetheless. Gareth Evans earned a reputation as one of the greatest action filmmakers in the world with the Raid movies. They're both masterpieces of the genre in their own way. The Raid is a bare-bones thriller with a simple setup, minimal plot, and non-stop action. The Raid 2 is a much more ambitious film with a much bigger story and a much bigger world. It's a sprawling crime epic with a twisty, complicated plot, but it still succeeds as a no-holds-barred action thriller. Havoc works best when it's indulging in high-octane, high-intensity action spectacle. It's dragged down by an overcomplicated plot, and it would have benefited from the bare bones approach. As soon as you put exposition and a TV news report in the background, it might be a sign that you need to tighten up the plot of your action movie.
And imagine the impact if that had come on right when we turned on the TV.
Evans knows how to stage an adrenaline-pumping action sequence. Havoc opens with a high-speed police chase that culminates in a cop being killed with a washing machine thrown from a moving truck. That sets a high bar for the brutality of the film's action. And from bone-crunching fist fights to blood-splattering gunfights, the rest of the movie manages to live up to that benchmark. With handheld cameras darting around the room to catch everything, Havoc's action creates a real sense of chaos, but also never loses the clarity of what's going on. This movie has the best nightclub brawl since John Wick, and the unbridled carnage of its climactic showdown manages to top all the gory, gruesome savagery that came before it.
Oh shit.
I really enjoyed Tom Hardy's turn as a crooked, hard-boiled detective who's gotten so used to breaking the rules it's become second nature. He's like a version of Dirty Harry who gives even fewer fucks and has more of a dry, sardonic wit. But Hardy uses the same pseudo-Brooklyn accent he used in The Drop and the Venom movies. I think I've heard him speak in that accent more than I've heard him speak in his own accent. It's not enough to ruin the performance, but it's pretty distracting.
Right there, I don't understand what you just said. That is the problem.
Havoc might not totally succeed as a film noir. It gets bogged down in overly complex plotting without having much to say, but it looks great thanks to Matt Flannery's slick cinematography. Flannery captures the neon-drenched grime of the city, which reflects the corruption much more effectively than anything in the actual plot. Oh, and as a side note, I think it's pretty cool that this giant, star-studded Hollywood action movie was shot in Wales.
Look at him. He runs like a Welshman. Doesn't he? Doesn't he run like a Welshman?
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the little bell. And also seize the day and call your mom and be kind to yourself.